All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is, wherever in this world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayers Live, page by page, reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. So today we're going to go into the first book of Samuel, chapter 15. And it's titled or subtitled, The Lord Rejects Saul. So this should be pretty good. It sounds like it's going to be a lesson revolving around the element of rejection, which can be something very painful for many of us. Um, you know what? Maybe that's kind of something that unites humanity, the element of rejection, because I'm almost positive, probably with the exception of throughout time, maybe 10 people, everyone has experienced rejection. Hey, LD, how are you doing? How are you doing? You know what? It's kind of miraculous that you just came in here, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, I was just about to make a to-do list after this live stream. And I was thinking I need to do a short live stream on the IP2 Wiki Info channel about LD because you defended me in a roundabout way last night, or I guess it could also be considered this morning. I saw it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Um, so that you know, I'm on your side when it comes to some BS that people are trying to pull you into. Um, when I did that live stream about that guy, Carl, in that clip I was reviewing, I didn't even realize that they talked about that on there. But I don't believe Carl when it comes to that. And I just know you. So these people, they can go to hell. All right. Oh, no. Um, are you able to get him to the vet? Is there like an emergency vet that is in your area or that you could call? Maybe they'll even come over to your house. Okay, good, good. Well, everyone listening, whether it be live or at another time, send a prayer to LD because his dog Duke is going through a medical issue. I hope Duke makes it. I think he will. I think Duke will make it. How long have you had Duke now? You've had him a long time. They open in an hour? Okay. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Maybe, do you think it's an emergency, not emergency, allergy? Do you think it's an allergic reaction? Okay. Hmm. What breed of dog is he? Is that a greyhound? I'm thinking that maybe he ate something that he shouldn't have eaten, and maybe it'll just kind of come out of his system. Greyhound. Okay. Um, well, I think he's going to be around for a bit. That's what I think. And, you know, it seems like there should be more medical breakthroughs than there have been. It just seems like with all the money that goes into the medical profession, the veterinary profession, you know, that industry as a whole, you just would think that there would be more, that there would just be like more at home things that you can do for yourself, for your pets, and everything, like some sort of like I don't know, home super emergency medical kit. I don't know. He's eating? Okay, good. All right. Well, I think Duke's gonna be okay, but I'm sending lots of prayers for Duke and oh, it's I wish pets never aged. I had a dog named Panda. I had a Shih Tzu many years ago now, and she lived a good life. She lived a pretty full life, but toward the end, I mean, they're little people in a weird way. They're little four-legged people, and I mean, poor Panda. I mean, she had everything that could go wrong for her. It was so sad. But just like as we get older and we start having our, issues, so do our little doggies. Yes, they do. I like cats, but I'd say the pet I was closest to in my life was Panda, my dog. She just she was such a cute little dog. Oh my God. She had an attitude though. And I'm glad she had an attitude. I've had some birds and everything too. Um, I've had a couple cats before. If I were to get another pet, which I probably will very soon, it will be a dog. 2 months? Mm. Well, let's think positive. Let's think positive. I'm hoping that maybe it's just maybe something that normally it wouldn't be, but that's more minute than what you're anticipating it being. Got to think positive. But yeah, so that's interesting that you're in here right now because I was just thinking about you because of a couple situations. So yeah, but none of that matters. Man, so do you need to do like a fundraiser or anything for Duke? Because do you think it's going to end up being something like surgery? Because maybe there's something that they can do surgically. Well, if it turns out that there's something that they can do, I don't see why you wouldn't. Well, I would let people know because this is, your pet is a part of your life. I mean, if you don't need to, you don't need to, but I'm just saying what you're dealing with is very serious because your pet is a big part of your life. So, I don't think anyone would give you a side eye or anything, just so you know. But let me go ahead and read this Bible chapter. Well, if you need to do a fundraiser, I will definitely talk about it and everything just to let people know what's going on because um, you have really never made a big deal about much of anything. when you easily could have, just considering some things that you've gone through, and I get it, wanting to keep things to yourself, but I think that you should let people know what's going on with your situation, mainly because as you're going through what you're going through, you might act out on panel. Okay, because I have had the tendency to do that, or on stream or something. So if you do, people need to kind of be like, oh, well, he is kind of upset because he's going through some things with Duke, his dog. Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything unless you want me to say anything. Hardly anyone's going to know from, the little circles that you're in, because nobody really comes over here to the Bible reading. So, but seriously, try to be gentle with yourself, and let people know what's going on if you need to, just because a lot of people would be supportive of what you're going through. All right. The Lord rejects Sal. Here we go. Let's see why Sal's getting rejected. Just to get back into Bible mode, in the last chapter, God comes back and kind of makes it known, hey, I'm really not down with what's going on with everyone taking on a king. I specifically let you guys know I did not want my chosen people to have a king right now. You all went against my wishes. So God is a little pissed off at this point. Samuel said to Saul, "The Lord sent me to anoint you to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore listen to the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, I remember what Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and strike Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and do not have compassion on them, but put to death both man and woman, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey." Ooh, see, here we are. This is angry God. Angry God, my favorite part of God, actually, in the Bible. But this is why I say, people sometimes, I think, misunderstand Christianity and the Bible, because it's not all peace, love, and happiness. I mean, there's a lot that happened. I mean, in this particular instance, God just wanted that entire group just wiped out, you know, including the children and the infants. Mm. So anyway, let's keep going. So Saul summoned the people together and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 foot soldiers and 10,000 men of Judah. Then Saul came to the city of Amalek and laid an ambush in the valley. Saul said to the Kenites, go down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For you showed kindness to all the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. Then Saul struck the Amalekites from Havilah until you come to Shur, which is near Egypt. He took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep, oxen, fatlings, and lambs. Uh-oh. See, there's the disobedience. This is why God kept getting upset. Because I mean, here Saul is. He kind of goes from obscurity to becoming the king and everything. God's kind of compromising on that, but God tells Sal directly, hey, you got to kill everything. And Sal goes against it out of greed. And of all that was good, they were not willing to utterly destroy them. See, they're going to get in trouble. But everything that was despised and weak, they completely destroyed. Then came the word of the Lord to Samuel. There it is, saying, I regret that I have set up Saul to be king, because he has turned back from following me and has not carried out my words. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried to the Lord all night. When Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul, come to Carmel, and behold, he set up a monument for himself. Then he turned and has passed on down to Gilgal. Samuel said to Saul, and Saul said to him, Blessed are you of the Lord. I have carried out the word of the Lord. Samuel said, Then what is the sound of this flock of sheep in my ears, and the sound of cattle which I am hearing? And Saul said, They have brought them they have brought them from the Amalekites. That's such a hard word for me to say, Amalekites. For the people spared the best of the sheep and oxen to sacrifice to the Lord your God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said to Saul, Stop, and I will tell you what the Lord spoke to me this night. And he said to him, Speak. Samuel said, When you were little, in your own sight, were you not made the head of the tribes of Israel? And the Lord anointed you king over Israel? And the Lord sent you on a journey and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they are destroyed. Why then did you not obey the voice of the Lord? And why did you rush upon the spoil and do evil in the sight of the Lord? So Sal's getting called out because Sal knew better. Sal is freaking arrogant, making Samuel look bad, giving God an excuse to go into pure angry God mode. Oh, see, this is what gets people in trouble to this day. And Sal said to Samuel, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord. No, you haven't. Wow. And I have followed in the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took from the plunder sheep and oxen, the first fruits of the banned things, to sacrifice to the Lord your God in Gilgal. Samuel said, so Sal's denying it. Interesting. Interesting. Samuel said, Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, obedience is better than sacrifice, a listening ear than the fat of rams. Okay. This is a lesson that parents, this particular chapter of the Bible is a chapter I think parents should teach their kids if they're Christians, because it's about doing as you're told. I'm not saying you should always do as you're told, but in this case, Sal definitely should have done as he's told, or he was told, but it's like he interpreted what he was told differently than it actually was outlined to him. Sal has an attitude. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Ooh. And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. And I'm going to screen cap this. I'm going to start this passage from the beginning because this passage, for some reason, really resonates at this point in my life when it comes to a few themes that I'm personally contending with. Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, obedience is better than sacrifice, a listening ear than the fat of rams, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So look at that. They're talking about witchcraft here. And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected you from being king. At this point in the Bible, they were not down with any sort of witchcraft. Interesting. And there was definitely a bit of a internal war among the people between between whether to obey God or not, whether to subscribe to the religion that was their core religion or not. And that's still a theme today within many groups of people. But the God does not want Saul to be king. So God did kind of set him up for failure. And God admits it even. Saul said to Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and your words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. Now, therefore, please pardon my sin and return with me, that I may worship the Lord. Samuel said to Saul, I will not return with you. For you have rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you from being king over Israel. Look at that. So Saul tried to backpedal. Saul tried to say, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we just move on from this? But no, you don't get to move on from this. No. You made Samuel look bad, and God's pissed. You don't get to be king anymore. Sorry. As Samuel turned about to go, he seized the edge of his robe and tore it. Samuel said to him, The Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you this day, and has given it to a neighbor of yours who is better than you. Wow! Wow, I love this dialogue here. It's pretty intense, actually. Kind of funny, also. Also, the strength of Israel will not lie or repent, for he is not a man that he should repent. Then he said, I have sinned, yet please honor me before the elders of my people and before Israel, and turn back with me, that I may worship the Lord your God. So Samuel turned back after Saul, and Saul worshiped the Lord. Then Samuel said, Bring me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came to him reluctantly, but Agag said, Surely the bitterness of death is past. Samuel said, As your sword has made women childless, so will your mother be childless among women. Samuel has a way of putting things. And Samuel hacked Agag in pieces before the Lord in Gilgal. So Agag dies or is killed. Then Samuel went to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house in Gibeah of Saul. Now Samuel did not see Saul up to the day of his death, but Samuel mourned for Saul, and the Lord regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel. So Samuel, he regretted his role in that drama. He did. But did Samuel really have a choice? No. I mean, like, what are you going to do? Say, no, God, I'm going to disobey you, and then run risk of God throwing down a lightning bolt and that being the end of you? um, and in my opinion, God did set up Sal for failure because God had told that group of people, hey, I really don't want you to have a king. I don't want that. But because they were a kingless people, they kind of self-governed for a while there, but they wanted to be like the surrounding tribes and whatnot. And that pissed God off because it went against what he was thinking he wanted that society to be like. So, interesting chapter. All right, well, this was a little bit of a different installment of the Bible commentary because we had to focus positively on LD's dog. But, you know, these are free-flowing readings, definitely. Everyone pray for LD's dog, Duke. Hopefully, Duke makes it a bit longer. And if I hear anything in the future about that, I'll let y'all know because I know some of you who listen, you like updates on little things that happen from time to time. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great morning. Bye-bye.